So the Packers beat the Vikings 33-10 to end off 2023, which now means the Packers only need to win the final game next week at home at Lambeau Field against the Chicago Bears to make the playoffs. So after having some shaky performances the past 3 weeks, the defense comes in, plays really well, holds the Vikings to only 10 points. The Packers offense had one of the best days of the entire season. Jordan Love plays really, really well. 24 of 33, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, a 125.3 passer rating. And I was thinking during this game, looking back at before the season and how all of us were looking at the 2023 season and sort of the expectations we had and sort of what we consider a success for the Packers this season. And for most people in the comment section, I think most people believe that if Jordan Love could come in 2023 and prove he was the guy, even if the Packers didn't make the playoffs, it would still be a successful season for the Packers. And so now I think we are past the point of Jordan Love proving that he is the guy. For most of the season, that's what the discussion was. Is Jordan Love the guy? Can we trust him to be the quarterback of the future here in Green Bay for years and years and years? And I think even a few weeks ago, I think we had reached that point, and we've just seen consistency from Jordan Love game in and game out. You can see the huge, massive steps he's taken forward as he has progressed in pretty much every aspect of his game. His ability to sit there, assess the defense before plays, audible switch plays, things like that. His ability to scramble in the pocket, his ability to make those, insane throws, falling backwards. His arm strength is out of this world. And so we've really seen Jordan Love take massive strides forward from when he started off this season. So to have Jordan Love and to have him playing like he is, I think clearly for the Packers' future for the next 5-10 years, we have a guy who I think is going to be able to be a consistent, a consistent quarterback here in Green Bay, which is all I think most of us wanted this season. And so now to be in this position and to win this game and to now have, the Packers' destinies in their own hands. If they beat Chicago, they make the playoffs. It's crazy because if we look at last year, it was a similar position. The Packers needed to beat the Lions to make the playoffs. It didn't happen. And so now in Jordan Love's first season, taking over for Aaron Rodgers, he is pretty much in the same exact position as Aaron Rodgers himself was in last year. And Jordan Love has been playing really, really well. I saw some crazy stat that I think he's over 30 touchdowns now, or at 30 passing touchdowns, which a Bears quarterback has never done. All time, Jordan Love does it in his first season. The Bears in their 102-year history or so never had a 30 passing touchdowns by quarterback. Jordan Love does it in his first season. So I think this season, regardless, is a win for the Packers. The fact that Jordan Love has played as he has. But now, of course, all we can think about is the playoffs. And I think it's very doable. We just have to beat the Bears. Can't take them lightly. They probably want to come in and face off against the Packers and sort of take away their chances of making the playoffs, being their division rivals. But I think what we saw from this Packers offense tonight gives me confidence that at home next week, the Packers have a legit shot to be a playoff team. And if we can see the defense play as they did tonight, where, in weeks past, there were so many poor performances against Tommy DeVito, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, it sort of felt like nothing was going right. Every time we faced a lower tier quarterback, things didn't go well. And I think tonight was the first time that we faced some quarterbacks because Jaron Hall, who started, got pulled after the first half. We faced some lower tier quarterbacks, and the defense did what I think they should have done against the other lower tier quarterbacks we'd faced. So that was very, very nice to see. But I want to first off touch on this offense. Very, very good performance all in all for the Packers. Jordan Love, 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He reaches out, stretches over the goal line. Beautiful touchdown by Jordan Love. And if we look at the Packers receivers, Bo Melton had 6 receptions for 105 yards, 1 touchdown, had a 37-yard catch. I think that was from Sean Clifford in the final series before the game ended. But he is the Packers' first receiver over 100 yards this entire season. So it's not Jaden Reed, it's not Christian Watson, it's not Romeo Doubs, it's not Dontavian Wicks. Bo Melton is the only Packers receiver this season to break 100 yards, which if you would have asked me that before the season, that would not have been what I thought would happen. But Bo Melton has really come in the past couple weeks, started making lots of plays. And I think that's one thing about this Packers team that we've really seen throughout the season is the depth at wide receiver, especially as the season has progressed and these receivers have gotten more comfortable in the offense and really just gotten the playbook down and really know their roles. It's been incredible to see how these guys have taken massive strides forward. And even though we were without Christian Watson, we also were without Dontavian Wicks. we have so many different receivers who can get the job done that even if a guy or two are out, they still do enough to allow this Packers offense to thrive with Jordan Love playing really, really well. So Jaden Reed, before he went down with the injury, had a really big day, 6 receptions, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, both in the first half. And so we're really seeing Jaden Reed flourish and really become maybe, up there when it comes to Packers receivers. The fact that he broke the Packers single season reception record for a rookie in this game. And so we've really seen Jaden Reed take massive strides forward all season long. And then Tucker Kraft, another big game, 6 receptions, 48 yards. Dobbs comes in and has some nice catches at key moments. There were a few balls he dropped, but they're sort of tough catches to make. And he lots of times makes them, but he had a few passes that he almost caught, would have been insane catches, wasn't really able to hold on, but 3 receptions for 28 yards. And then if we look at the Packers running game, 39 carries, 177 yards. Aaron Jones, having him back fully healthy, besides when he went out, I think he hit his knee on someone else, a sore knee, but he came back into the game. Aaron Jones, 20 carries, 120 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry. And so for a while we were without Aaron Jones, and the Packers offense, even without Jones, was clicking because at times, Jordan Love has been playing really well. The receivers have gotten the job done. But then to sort of add in the Aaron Jones factor, takes this offense over the top. To be able to have an explosive guy like Aaron Jones who can average 6 yards a carry is a game changer. Just really makes this Packers offense that much harder to stop. And so I think that for the Packers' future, this offense is going to be very, very good. The offensive line is very good in pass protection. The running game has gotten going, and we have so many talented receivers. Jordan Love loves to spread the ball around, and so you can't really just stop one guy because the other guys are going to get the job done. And so this Packers offense is very balanced, and Jordan Love has done a very, very good job. And so then if we move to the Packers defense, which has been probably the biggest topic of discussion for the Packers, or for us Packers fans at least, over the past few weeks, just because of how poorly the defense has played against lower tier talent like Bryce Young, who had his career high passing yards last week. And coming into this game, you're facing off against Justin Jefferson, and the hope is that you can somehow contain him enough. And Justin Jefferson in this game, for majority of the game, was really kept in check. Only had 5 receptions for 59 yards. The Packers secondary did a very good job tonight. Jair, of course, was suspended. Eric Stokes wasn't able to play because of an injury. And so it came down to Carrington Valentine, Corey Ballantyne, Keyshawn Nixon. And all in all, they had a really, really good game. I do think that when you look at the Vikings quarterbacks, they're not very good. Jaron Hall came in, rookie, 5 of 10, 67 yards, 0 touchdowns, and interception. Nick Mullins had a little bit more, I think, in the tank. It looked a little better to me than Jaron Hall. 13 of 22, 113 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. But all in all, the Packers did a very good job of containing Justin Jefferson, which is not very easy. And I think a few different things about this Packers defense this game. We saw Joe Barry be a little bit more aggressive. We saw that blitz from Quay Walker. We saw another one where he sent Keyshawn Nixon to blitz from the slot. And so it was nice to see him switch things up in that regard. And the Packers pass rush was feasting tonight. Had a total of 4 sacks. Keyshawn Nixon had, per ESPN, 0.5 sacks. Isaiah McDuffie, 0.5. Devontae Wyatt, 0.5. Preston Smith had 1 sack, that nice forced fumble. And then Colby Wooden, they have 0.5. And so the Packers were getting pressure consistently all night long. And if you also look at the Vikings in their rushing attack, only had 16 carries for 67 yards, averaging 4.2 yards a carry. And so if we can get performances like this from this defense, along with the Packers offense playing as well as they did in this game, then this is a Packers team that can be dangerous. I do wonder, though, if we do make the playoffs and beat the Bears next week, how will this defense fare against top-tier teams like the 49ers, like the Cowboys? I think that we have seen lots of inconsistency from this defense, and so while it's really nice to have a good performance, I can't say that I am sold that this is going to happen week in and week out. It was a nice performance. Clearly, I hope it continues as time goes forward. And if the Packers beat the Bears next week, let's hope the defense can be its best self, play like they did against the Lions, against the Chiefs, and maybe get on a hot streak. That's sort of the what you have to hope for in the playoffs if that does happen. And I still think when it comes to Joe Barry, I don't think that he should return in 2024 just because of how much inconsistency there has been. But I do still wonder, though, with Matt LaFleur and performances like this, if Matt LaFleur says, well, he's not too bad. We still have performances like this and play well enough. So who knows? But all in all, great way to end 2023. Hope everyone has a happy new year. Can't believe we're about to be in 2024. I will be making videos all week long. It's going to be a very fun week. Getting ready for this Bears game. It's going to be a massive game at Lambeau Field. And the Packers, if they win, we will be able to go to the playoffs in Jordan Love's first season taking over for Aaron Rodgers, which would be a massive win. So awesome game, awesome way to end out the year, and I hope you guys have a happy new year. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.